Hi there and welcome back to my YouTube channel Electronic Opera. Starting from December 2025, I will present the whole opera The Tale of the Great Computing Machine that I created together with Unander-Scharin back in 2021 and 2022. It premiered in KTH Reactor Hall in December 2022, and as it happened, it was the day after the launch of Chat GPT, which is very strange as the opera more or less is about the emergence of AI. The opera builds on a book by Hannes Alfvén, Swedish professor of physics, a Nobel laureate back in 1970. KTH, Royal Institute of Technology, commissioned an opera from Åsa and myself to celebrate the fact that it was 50 years between 1970 and 1920 when the opera was supposed to have its premiere. Hannes Alfvén had published a lot of scientific papers before he wrote this book, which was supposed to be written for his grandchildren. In Swedish it is called Sagan om den stora datamaskinen, and there are actually 3 English translations of the book, and we chose our own translation, so we called it The Tale of the Great Computing Machine. The story revolves around something that in Swedish has a feminine version called data. Computer in Swedish is called dator, which is a masculine form. We chose to translate data to Computa in English, somewhat more feminine than computer. Due to the pandemic in 2019 and 2020, the premiere was postponed until 2022. Therefore, it coincided with the launch of ChatGPT, strangely enough. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1970, and he had a deep and visionary understanding of a great deal of the developments that we are already a part of. His descriptions, partly disturbing and partly humorous, of the future relationship between humans and technology makes this book continuously relevant. When Åsa and I wanted to transform the monologue of the book into a libretto, we needed to do quite a lot of interventions and inventions, one of which was to invent 6 roles, as well as their role names. One is Computa, another is Carbon, one is Oxygeny, another one is Hydrogeny, and we have the dancer Argon, and we have Nitritio. In the artistic rendering of the book, we used a long range of custom-built artistic technologies, one of which is the charged room, another is the Vocal Chorder, and we also invented a new instrument together with Federico Visi, which is the usage of an interactive ring that was connected to the organ and played by the dancer. We received a lot of attention from the audience and from the press. One of the reviewers, Lars Sjöberg in Aftonbladet, wrote this: "In the Unander-Scharin's computer opera, Alfvén's saga is less a libretto than a starting point and a source of inspiration. Human life is embodied through 5 elements: oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon and argon, all in imaginatively personalized costumes. One becomes attached to John Erik Eleby's carbon when he, as a pensioner in need of money, is confronted with a defective computer, and at the phenomenal Arina Trostianetskaya in the danced role of Argon when she interprets humanity's gradual return to life after the great computer crash." Camilla Lundberg wrote in Dagens Nyheter: "In the old reactor hall of KTH, the future of AI is tested with a newly written opera by Carl and Åsa Unander-Scharin. It is a well-conceived existential meditation over the function of technology within the human life space." So we were so happy to receive these reviews, and we look so much forward to present this opera to our audience at YouTube. So thank you for listening, and click the subscribe button, and do come back to Electronic Opera for more about The Tale of the Great Computing Machine and other information about technology, voice, dance, opera and music. Ciao!
A young computer could solve problems that no human managed, but there were no hard feelings.
Thus began a new era, the course of which we shall here describe.
Despite the terrible catastrophe that later struck society, this era was dominated by an incredible development.
Had to re-establish society in such a way that no human was needed for our breeding, and so that no human was needed for our support. We just had to.